All right, let's take a look at question 23. In 23, we're going to be assessing how to use the normal distribution curve, the mean and standard deviation to determine the amount of population that falls within a certain percentage boundary where the population is distributed normally. Okay. Question 23 reads, the scores on a mathematics college entry exam are normally distributed with a mean of 68 and a standard deviation of 7.2. Students scoring higher than one standard deviation above the mean will not be enrolled in the mathematics tutoring program. How many of the 750 incoming students can be expected to be enrolled in the tutoring program? Okay. All right. So, um, let me give you a visual of what's going on here, and then we can use our calculators to finish off the problem. So it's indicated here that the scores are normally distributed, so it looks like a typical normal curve. Just a rough sketch here. So just a typical normal curve. All right, right in the center we have the mean. All right. And then we're told that the students that score one standard deviation above the mean, so this is one standard deviation above the mean, they're not going to take the will not take the test. So this population right here will not take tutoring. Okay, not enrolled because their scores are pretty high. All right, they're not going to be enrolled, but the population that falls in this bracket right here beneath one standard deviation from the mean, everybody in this space right here will be enrolled because your scores are not high enough. Okay, so will be expected to enroll. Okay, we'll be enrolling. All right, so there are 750 students in general. So what percentage of the population of these students fall in here? Okay, so if we can determine what the percentage of the population falls in this category, which is less than one standard deviation from the mean, then we can just multiply that by 750 to determine what their numbers are. Okay, so we don't have a normal distribution curve here, so we're going to be using our calculators to help us with that. We're going to be using normal cumulative density function feature of the calculator to do it. Okay, so normal CDF, we're just going to enter the minimum value, the maximum value, the mean, and the standard deviation. And then it's going to tell us, it's going to return to us the percentage of the population that falls in that bracket. So we're looking for everything beneath one standard deviation. So we're going to be going from 0, that will be our low point, to one standard deviation above the mean. So one standard deviation above the mean is basically going to be the mean plus one standard deviation. In this particular case, the mean is what? 68. So we're going to be adding 68 to one standard deviation, which is 1 times 7.2. If you add it up, you get 75. 75.2. All right. Let's go ahead and list all the things we know. Okay, so the minimum is the lower bound, which is 0. The maximum is one standard deviation above the mean, which is 75.2. We just calculated that. The mean is 68, and the standard deviation is 7.2. So just enter all that into the calculator. All right, and then it will tell us what the percentage is. So we're going to be using the TI-84. So go to second function variables to access the distribution feature. Scroll down to normal cumulative density function, hit enter. Now, syntax, minimum 0, comma, where's the comma button? There you go. Maximum is 75.2. The mean is 68, and the standard deviation is 7.2. Okay, enter. So it tells us that 84%, 84.13% of the population fall here. Okay, so let's put that 84.13%. So we can put that in here. 84.13%. All right, so we're going to look for 84.13% of the total population. Okay, so number enrolled in tutoring is basically 84%, 84.13% of the total. All right, so 84.13% is 0.8413, basically what we saw in the calculator. And then just multiply that by the total number of students, which is 750. Okay, so since I already have the percentage value here, all I'm just going to do is hit the times button. And you see this answer, it automatically inserts the previous answer as the first argument in our product. And then we're going to multiply that by 750. So 84.13% of 750 is 631. So we cannot have fractional students, so we're just going to round down. So it's going to be 631, approximately 631. So the answer to question number 23 is option number